Hello CSK, and a special hello to Glow, Shine, Illuminate, all our under threes and your families. I hope you're all settled around a picnic blanket or maybe on the sofa, ready for this slightly different children and families slot. This week we're going to take the style of picnic craze. We had our first picnic craze in the building last month in October, but unfortunately we can't be in the building this month. So what better than bringing picnic craze to you in the comfort of your lounge? So there'll be songs, there'll be a game, there'll be some craft, there'll be a little talk a bit. We're going to dive into the Bible, we're going to pray, but most of all, we're going to be together and worship God. So before we do any of that, I've got a little friend here who is desperate to sing happy birthday, because we have some birthdays to catch up on. There were a few birthdays during half term, and also I know that there's one coming up this week. So, are you in good voice? I feel it's been a while since I've asked you that. Are you in good voice, CSK? La 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 la. Oh, yeah, they are sounding great. So let's sing happy birthday. And remember, you can be singing happy birthday to those you love who are near and far. Here we go. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Valentino, Logan, Daniel. There's some more in the bag. Valeria, Nathan, and Jack. Happy birthday to you. Oh, give yourselves a round of applause, CSK. Beautiful singing as always. You never know. I think Birthday Bear might stick around for picnic praise. Oh, absolutely. You can keep me company. So as I said, we're going to take the format of picnic praise this week. So let's just still ourselves for a moment and just remind ourselves why we're together. We want to join together in our houses to worship God. And we want to bring praise to Him. We've got so much to be thankful for. We also have things on our mind that we want to talk to Him about. So we're going to start our time together with a couple of songs. Let's worship God together and look out for a few people you might just know.
Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hands. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God. Our God is a great big God, and He holds us in His hands. He is higher than a skyscraper, and He's deeper than a submarine. He
wrestling, and in my doubts, in my failures, you won't walk out. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. In the silence, you won't let go. In the questions, your truth will hold. Your great love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore. I won't fear what tomorrow brings. With each morning I'll rise and sing. My God's love will lead me through. You are the peace in my troubled sea. Whoa, you are the peace in my troubled sea. Oh, you are my light, my lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storm. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. Fire before us, you're the brightest. You will lead us through the storms. My lighthouse, shining in the darkness, I will follow you. Oh, my lighthouse, I will trust the promise. You will carry me safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore, safe to shore.
So I wonder if anybody can remember our one-word theme from last month's picnic phrase. Can you shout it out? You're right, it was light. And there is a one-word theme for this week as well. So there will be little clues along the way, and hopefully by the end you'll be able to shout it out and tell me what it is. So, are you up for a game? Oh, good. We're going to play an old favourite. You might have played it with your family already, or you might have even played it at school. It's called the tray game. It's also known as Kim's game. So hello to Kim. I have my tray here. Here it is. It has got 10 items on it. And I'm going to show you a little picture of it in just a moment. And the idea of the game is that you look at the tray, have a quick look at all the 10 items. I'm then going to count down 3, 2, 1, and I'm going to take an item away. And you've got to work out which one I took away. So you've got to remember where things were, what they were, and spot what's been taken away. I'm sure it'll become clear as we go along. So have some fun with your family. Here is my tray. So, did you work out what was missing? Shout it out. You're right, It was a wooden spoon. Let's have another go. Have you got it? Yeah, you're right. It was the jug. Keep looking. Did you get that it was the flower? Well done. You're brilliant. Let's have another go. Now you know how much I like these. It was the camper van this time. Let's have another go. It was a very small item this time, wasn't it? Did you spot it? That's right. It was the ladybird. Now, I'm going to set you a challenge this time. There are going to be 2 items missing. See if you can get them. How did you do? You're right. It was the keys and my watch. Ready for a different challenge? I'm going to make it a little bit more tricky now. Same items, but I'm muddled them up on my tray. I'm going to take one item away. See if you can work out which one it is. What did you get? You're right. It's the compass. Let's have another go. Did you spot it? Yeah, it was a catfish. Here it is. For my last challenge, still in the muddle, but I'm taking 2 things away. I bet you're going to get them. Did you get them? You're right. It was the flower and the ladybird. Those were our last 2 items. Give your family a round of applause. Now we're going to dive into our craft activity with a friend of ours. Hello, Heather. So lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you too. I'm so excited. It's ridiculous. But there we go.
Well, that is sort of what we expect from you, Heather. We're, of course, a little bit sad that we're not doing Picnic Praise in the building this month, but we're going to make the best of it now, aren't we?
I know. Do you know, I was so excited last time we had Picnic Praise. It was the first one, and I thought this is going to work brilliantly. And I can't wait for November and December. And then, never mind. I hope everybody at home is having a nice picnic right now, but there we go.
Oh, yes, that's making me feel a bit hungry, but I'm going to settle back and listen to you. So over to you, Heather.
Okay. Well, everybody, it's very easy to get down, isn't it, during the pandemic and everything like that. I don't know about you, but I felt a bit sort of, oh, no, not again. Can't see my friends, can't go out and play, but I'd like to show you something that I started during the first lockdown. For my birthday, I was given this lovely notebook. I shall let you into a little secret. Joy gave it to me. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. And I thought, it's got musical instruments, things that make me smile. I thought, I'm going to use this as a positive memory book for this time, so that in a few years' time, when we've nearly forgotten what the pandemic's all about, I can look back, and instead of thinking, oh, that was a terrible time, I can look at it and say, oh, that was good. I mean, I've written in the beginning of it, it says, these are strange times. The pandemic is spreading across the world. I've received this book as a gift, and I'm going to write in it the gifts I've received from God and that I'm thankful for. So the kind of things I'm writing in here, look, day 1, this is day 1. The very first thing I was thankful for, bumblebees. I noticed 2 different colours of bumblebees. I didn't notice that before. I've put down here tea bags because I just love a cup of tea, and I've got open a new box of tea bags. I have got written down here heavy rain, like standing in a shower. I have got here fish and chips. I have got written down here a nice bath with lots of bubbles and a big smiley face. I really enjoyed that. And it's things like that. A lovely windy day, poppies, watching the starlings, a murmuration, spending time on a walk with a friend. It's full of things that I'm thankful for. And I'm going to try and fill up every single line of good memories about this time, because it's not all bad. But you know, there's another thing. You could start one of these memory books, then you can look back on it. But there's another thing I'd like to share. We're talking about memories. How about your family making a memory jar? Now, it doesn't have to be a jar, it can be any container. I've got a jar here and I've put some ribbons on it and a bit of curly whirly stuff. And, you know, I've got some stickers, and I can put some stickers on my jar like this because, you know, I like making things. But you could make things out of anything you've got at home. You could use coloured paper. You could use felt pens if they work on here. Sharpies would work very well on a glass jar. And I've even got some coloured pom-poms that I've put in. And this memory jar is full of the memories that I've had of my family over the years. And you could do family memories. I'll read you one or two because I thought they might make you smile. So what's this one? Oh, yes. This memory made us all really laugh. My son, Daniel, he was about 7. He was running across the front garden. And this is it. The day that Daniel fell down a manhole in the garden. And all that was left of his head. And the whole family just stood there and roared with laughter. Maybe he doesn't think that's a good memory, but we all do. Oh, here's a good one. Camping in the rain and playing Uno and drinking hot chocolate. Oh, yes. I used to think that wasn't a very good memory, but when I asked my children, they said, we loved it. It was so much fun. Oh, here's another one. Going out in the dark to play in the snow because we knew it would be gone in the morning. I wonder if I'm the only mother who got their children out of bed to go and play in the snow because it wouldn't be there in the morning. I don't know. You see, I get very excited about the silliest things. Here's another one. Going to the seaside and eating fish and chips out of the paper. Oh, what's not to have us a good memory like that? There are so many. I wonder what your family memories are like. Last one. Oh, my children love this. They're all grown up now, but they'll always remember this. Playing Christmas songs and dancing around the coffee table to them. I can remember that so well. So why don't you think about making a memory jar for your family? And then you can look at it again and again and again as the years go by. Involve the whole family, even grandparents. See what memories are precious to you. You might be surprised because you might not think a memory is precious, but to somebody else in your family, it really, really is. So it's a whole family thing. Have a go. Make a memory jar. Okay?
So have you any idea what our one word theme might be today? Have a little chat with your family. What do you think? You're right, the word is remember. In our game, we were using our memory to remember where the items were, and we gave ourselves a little bit of a challenge. And Heather's activity, her memory jar and her thankfulness book were all about remembering and being thankful. If you were part of our Sunday short this morning, you will have joined in a time of remembrance, remembering those who sacrificed their lives for others in the world wars and also in conflict since then. Even this week, when it's been bonfire night, there's that rhyme, remember, remember. But let's get to the depths of what God asks us to remember. First of all, if we look at the Bible, He's reminding us all the time how much He loves us. And Jesus, when He knows He's very near to the time of being crucified, He shares that very special meal with his disciples. And they say those words, don't they? Do this in remembrance of me. So whenever we share that Last Supper, that meal together, we are remembering what Jesus has done. Now, the other side of it is also that God says about that he forgets about our sins. I've quoted it a number of times in Children and Family Slot about the fact that he says, as far as the east is from the west, so your sins will be forgotten. They're that far away. We can't even fathom how far away they are. We might think about them, but once we've talked to God about them and really asked him to forgive us, he just throws them aside and says, remember that I love you. So it's important to remember so many things. And at this time, it's important to remember that God is with us. And he will be with us in the coming weeks and months. And as Heather says, it's also important to remember to be thankful. And I hope you're going to take time with your family to create your memory jar or memory box. I'm definitely going to have a go at that. Now, if you were listening to the Sunday Short this morning, we looked at a passage from John 15. And the very final verse was this. Jesus said, this is my command, love each other. And that is really important to remember as well. That just as we know that God loves us, we want to make sure that everybody knows about that. And they know about that by what we say, but also by what we do. So I hope you and your family will take a bit of time while you're enjoying your picnic to think about how will you show God's love this week. Hands, face, space. We've seen that picture a lot, haven't we? And we are constantly being reminded to follow those instructions for the good of everybody. And it's really important that we do. But let's just take a moment to use those words in our prayers. Hands, face, space. In the Bible, it says that God holds us in the palm of his hands. Let's take a moment to be thankful for that. God calls us to follow his way, to face in his direction. Let's think about the times when maybe we've gone the wrong way and turned the other way and we haven't faced him. He calls us back. He always says that we can talk to him and say sorry. So maybe there are things on your mind that you just want to bring to God now. Face. And lastly, space. We could think about this in two ways. Yes, we need to keep a distance from people to keep each other safe, but we want to make space for them in our lives. And we also want to make sure that we're not squashing God out. God will call us to all kinds of things this week. It might be smiling at someone from a distance. It might be phoning someone up. It might be writing them a letter or drawing them a picture. So make sure that you make space for caring for others this week. Think about this now. Think about who you might make time for this week to show that you are caring for them. And in doing that, that you are showing God's love. Hands, face, space.
Wonderful Lord, wonderful God, you are my shield, my protector. I can lie down, go off to sleep, knowing you're watching over me. Wonderful Lord, wonderful God, help me to trust you forever. I need not fear, 'cause you are near. I can lie down and sleep in peace. Wonderful Lord, wonderful God, you are my shield, my protector.
can lie down, go off to sleep, knowing you're watching over me. Wonderful Lord, wonderful God, help me to trust you forever. I need not fear, 'cause you are near. I can lie down and sleep in peace. Wonderful Lord, wonderful God, you are my shield, my protector. I can lie down, go off to sleep, knowing you're watching over me. Wonderful Lord, wonderful God, help me to trust you forever. I need not fear, 'cause you are near. I can lie down and sleep in peace. I need not fear, 'cause you are near. I can lie down and sleep in peace.
Let's share in a blessing together. Perhaps you can sign it with me. May the God of hope fill us with all joy and peace as we trust in him, today, this week, and always. Amen. Thank you for joining us this evening at Picnic Praise. Enjoy your time with your family as you share in your picnic together.